Okay, so we did a challenge. How many days can you go without washing your hair? Still look amazing. So last night I showered and went to bed with damp hair. I did not put any product in. I worked out this morning. I have let it air dry and pulled it out of a ponytail on top of my head and showered and got ready. And now I'm ready to do something with this hair. Now the important thing is that what I do today is what's going to get me to 4 days. So if you shampoo in the morning, it's going to be possibly today or even tomorrow that you would do this. I like to do it on the first day, but you can choose. So I'm going to put dry shampoo in, which everyone knows about dry shampoo now, but I try to put it in before the oil comes. And then after I do this, then what I'm going to do is curl. Now, I'm always going to curl it bigger than I really want the first day because I want day 3 or day 4 to be very little styling. You know what they say, there was a study done that women take like an hour and a half the first day to get ready, and the rest of the week it goes down by 15 to 30 minutes, and by the end of the week, by Friday, it's 5 minutes to 15 minutes of getting ready. And you still want to look good, and you still want to be able to go out for a happy hour if you can on a Friday and still feel good. So what I'm trying to give you is the 5-day challenge is how do we start prepping our hair for the important days and not waste our time for the least important days. So that would be my dry shampoo. I may use this 2 times in a row. I mean every day. I may not. It just really depends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl, but there's lots of ways to curl. I like to use a wand. The reason why I like a wand is because it's fast. It also heats the hair from here first, not my ends. I don't shampoo and then iron unless I absolutely have to, which it happens every now and then. Now, too big of sections will give you a weaker curl. It'll give you something that you may or may not like. It really depends on what you're looking for. The weaker the curl, the less longevity. So in other words, by Friday, you will be curling some more, but that's okay. I mean, it comes down to what you're trying to achieve. So I want a lot of bounce today so that tomorrow I can work out, and the next day I can, and then I can do my normal thing, put my dry shampoo in, add a curl or 2, or possibly pull it up into a updo, a quick one, of course. And then it's trial and error. So as you're doing this, you just have to practice. Now you'll notice I'm going forward and backwards on my wand. I'm doing that because I don't want all the hair to move in one direction at the same place, because that'll make me look less curled on day 1 or day 2. Not so much day 1. And if you screw up on which direction you're going, just don't worry about it. You can always figure it out tomorrow. So now I'm busy. I have to go get eggs with my daughter. I have to get her up yet, and I am trying really hard to do all this, plus work out and get on the road before 8 o'clock. Actually, I have her daycare by 8 o'clock. So I get when you think, oh God, I don't have time. It really comes down to, can you get proficient that you can do this so quickly? And then the other thing is do you have a plan before you went to bed? So I knew last night before I went to bed this was my plan. And it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's about having texture. Now the best part about taking the time today is when you go to pull up a ponytail, which is the easiest thing, and I like my hair off my face, I just hate it when it doesn't look good. It'll become very, very easy on day 2 or 3 when there's no moisture and you have some texture to your hair. Now there's a lot of things out there like dry conditioner and all that, and I'll talk about that tomorrow, but I really didn't believe in it. But what I'm realizing is clients want to feel like their hair still feels freshly washed. And for that reason, I love it. But it does break down if you put curl in it. It's going to take away the curl, but it will make your hair feel like you washed it. So that's awesome. Just all depends. I'm not about what my hair feels like. I'm about what you think it looks like. Because not many people, including myself or my husband, put their hands in my hair on a regular basis. And as a hairdresser, I don't care what people's hair feels like, other than does it look good and is it healthy. So now the heavy side is probably the hardest part for most people, is we need to take smaller sections. And notice my wand is coming from top to bottom. You can kind of go horizontal, but you'll just get a different curl. So, like I said, everything's trial and error. I know you don't want to think in the morning, but I'm not really thinking. I'm just doing, and if I don't like it, I just redo it. Notice that's a longer curl. See how I'll show you how I did the difference there. Lots of people don't understand that. So, the wider the spiral on the wand, the bigger my curl. The tighter the spiral, meaning closer together those hairs are right here, the tighter the curl. See how that dangles more? So what I'm challenging you to do, here's my tighter one, is can you start planning for your hair? So now it's touching each other. Start making a plan. So if you know that you have a big meeting on Wednesday, then I would wash Tuesday so that you're not wasting your time in the morning on Wednesday. See how it's not as low as that one? Starts at the same spot. If you have plans to go out, meet your husband for dinner or friends, I would do it Thursday night so that Friday you can get to work early so you can go meet everyone and still look great. You know, I'm kind of an every other day to every 2 days. So going till Friday this week is going to be as hard for me as it is for anybody else. But I'm looking forward to not doing my hair until Saturday morning. Oops. So, technically I have a ton of hair and I have quite a bit in the back, so I'm going to probably cut this short, but it would take me about 15 minutes to do all of my hair. We're at 7 minutes with dry shampoo. I'm going to... Now you notice I'm not perfect on my hair. And if that bothers you, then I would grab it and fix it. But the truth is, once you brush this out, it's not going to be noticeable. So don't put too much effort. Now a lot of people like to wand their hair back away from their face because we don't like it on our face. It's all preference. I like mine forward, I like mine backwards. Some days I don't know why I like it better than others because I wasn't paying attention, but sometimes it's just about get this stuff in and be done with this. So there's two things, there's another thing that I'd like to tell you, a helpful tip is that helpful tip, whoa, I forgot. Holy cow, did I really forget what I was talking about? Well, that doesn't matter. Now, sometimes I have problems with my bangs because I'm kind of growing them out, but some of them I'm not. So I do less is more. I try not to. Sometimes I don't curl them at all. I use just a round brush to try to smooth them. And then give me a nice bend on the end. It really comes down to I look at what's happening today and I just keep picking up what I don't like and curling it until I get what I want. Sometimes I don't know until after I brush through my hair. So yes, I actually do brush through my hair after I curl it. Lots of people don't. When I use a curling iron, I'm not exactly as safe, meaning it sometimes brushes out, and the reason why is the way I curled it, or my curling iron doesn't get evenly tempered. So that's kind of why I've shifted to a wand. And they have different points. You know, it just depends on how curly you want it, and if you're going to wear it straight or curly or brush it out. They all have reasons for it. It really comes to what do you like. You know, Taylor Swift always had the really tight curl on the bottom, and that would have been the pointed, where it came to like a smaller point on the end of the wand. So now, oh, I know what my helpful tip was. My hands talk to each other. So just like when you're driving and you look to the right, your body just steers the car to the right. Your hands, your brain, they work the same way with the car as they do with your hair. We all try to get so worried about how we're holding it in the mirror. Just stop looking in the mirror. I don't know if you've noticed that about 6 times or more. I get my piece, I make sure it's brushed out, I close my eyes, and I wand, and I haven't burnt myself yet. Yes, I do this for a living, but truly it just takes practice and getting used to it and trusting your body that it knows what it's doing. It's your mind that tricks you when you look in the mirror and you can't figure out what direction to go because you're trying to control the mirror situation. Remember, objects appear larger in a mirror and behind you. Same kind of concept. So I don't get really crazy about my back. I mean, I can back comb it if I need to. The very top, I'll pull up here in just a few minutes, but all of this is going to be covered by that top, so I just need to get it curled. And you'll notice I keep brushing my hair out. Like, that's going to help you from getting tangles, ironing, knots in your hair. Make it from getting worse. Breakage. That's what it does, give you burst breakage. Okay, so up here is where I would take my top curls, and I go more like horizontal. So I'm at 12 minutes, and I still have to show you how to brush this out. So not having to jump in the shower, dry my hair, and do this, I can do this in 12 minutes. I know that's a lot, but maybe you like the way my hair looked. You could just add some dry shampoo and maybe just bend the ends a little bit with a round brush or a flat brush, either one, for day 1, and then tomorrow you add the curling iron in, or even tonight before bed, and just don't brush it out. You can always touch it up. It's all about, you know, how do I make dinner so it's ready when I get home, not so I have to think about it before I get home or when I get home and take the frozen food out. It's all about just thinking ahead. So today my think ahead is washed it the night before so I don't have to do all that work. Curl it for 15 minutes, brush it and go, and by then my daughter will probably wake up and say, Mom, where are you? Okay, so I'm not loving this one, and it's because I took a big chunk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that piece. I'm going to brush through it and see if I have to separate it or if it was just spun. That's another tip. So when I'm going around, you'll notice I kind of am flattening my hair. I'm not spinning it. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. So if you take the hair and you're wrapping it around and you're kind of spinning like this, you'll get a looser curl. If you're wrapping around and you keep it flat like that, you're going to get a tighter curl. And then also if it's tighter on the wand. So if you want something looser, kind of like a day old on the first day, then maybe spin it. When you're first trying to do this, most people spin it and they can't figure out why it's happening. You're just trying to control that hair so much. So here, if I spin it, and as I'm going around, I'm spinning it, I'll get a different curl. Since it was small pieces, it's not going to be as noticeable until tomorrow, but okay. So it is 14 minutes and 56 seconds. This is what I would do. Put some hairspray in, really easy. Control force. And the best part is if I brush it out and I scrunch, I can get that curl back in. So I'm going to brush it out and get that curl back in. Now, bangs tend to be a problem for everyone. Yeah. It'll take you to 16 minutes. So notice how I sprayed underneath. I want to keep that hair together. It's not these pieces, it's the root that's going to keep it together. I could also add some hairspray. That would be my 5 minutes in front of a video camera. We are at 16 minutes, and what do you say? Now let's see what tomorrow brings after my workout, after I've showered, see what you like. Thanks, see you tomorrow.